Astralis!
Absolutely stunning stuff from Astralis. Perfection on Counter-Strike. Inferno is there now, they define how it is played. No one can stop them.
Știi, și să-mi dea crash acum live-ul. Să-mi dea acum crash live-ul.
Who did the unthinkable to take down world number 2. World number 3. Come back to all fashions. But you can't mess with greatness. You can't mess with history. And these guys are writing it in every event. Intel Extreme Masters, Champions, Majors, back to back. Astralis again in Katowice.
Mamă, bă, Astralis Champions. Deci nu te cred.
Easy.
Bă, Astralis.
Easy for Astralis.
Astralis, they join an elite club, back-to-back majors, 3 in the cabinet. They don't lose a single map on the Spodent stage. Untouchable, undisputed. Astralis, your kings of Counter-Strike.
Kings of Counter-Strike.
Katowice bear witness to the coronation.
Știu.
We here at the desk do too. Gentlemen, this is a run. This is a team. Everybody is setting their sights on. You stay on top long enough. You find the heroes, becoming the villain.
Eu filmez cu telefonul.
All have Astralis in their crosshair.
Look, the Astralis brand is winning. It's as simple as that. These guys have done it time and time again. They're proving yet again that they stayed the best team in the world, that nobody can touch. The gap that they have set, the precedent that Astralis have put down for the rest of the Counter-Strike scene is immense, and I don't know if anybody can climb it.
No, they're the best team in Counter-Strike history, in my opinion. This is the most competitive era of Counter-Strike we've ever had. Dozens of teams paid to be pro full-time, analysts, coaches, sports psychologists. It doesn't matter. None of these teams can match Astralis. 12-0 in the playoffs in the last 2 majors.
Alex, every other team in the world goes to bed at night, and this is what they see. Astralis are their nightmare. Well, I'm scared.
It was Muhammad Ali who said, if you even dream of beating me, you better wake up and apologize. And I don't think Astralis are far from it. People are going to start having those dreams, and my goodness, I don't think we're going to see them realize who on earth takes a trophy away from them. Well, OJ, he's going to be talking to the victors now.
Thank you very much, Alex. It's an emotional stage right now. I'm with Dupree, who I can see has got tears in his eyes. Emotionally for you right now, you must be going through absolutely everything.
Yeah, it's very unreal. I came into this tournament with my father. He passed away just before I got here, and his last wish was that I went here, and so I really want to dedicate this win to my father.
Mate, come on. It is a fitting stage here, what you have just achieved. Back-to-back champions, you and Astralis. How much did you want to do that? For all the reasons, for the team, for your father, for your family, how much did you want to win this back-to-back major?
I don't know, I mean, this was probably my biggest wish I've ever had. To make my father proud, my family, but also all of our fans and everyone in esports. Man, it's just unreal that we go and do this. This has been a dream and a goal for quite a long time, and now that we're back-to-back champions, it's just unreal. Thank you so much.
How long can you stay at the level you're at? Because you are untouchable.
I mean, the work ethic in Astralis and the way we function as a team, as persons, but also as players, the way our team back home supports us, the way like our physiotherapists and all that stuff helps us, and our nutritions and everything, it just works well. So I want to give a huge shout out to our health team back home as well, and obviously to Katowice, who is our sports director. So and obviously to all the lovely fans here that's supporting everyone, and the fact that we gave us such a great game is amazing. Thank you.
What's left to achieve?
We always want to win. And we did it one more time here, and it's just amazing. So we're just gonna keep grinding. We're not gonna give up.
Listen, I appreciate you taking the time. I think no one begrudges you, especially, but Astralis as well. Back-to-back major champions, one more time, everyone in Spodent. It is Dupree and Astralis!
Și tot e MVP of the match. Alte echipe ce scuzau? Păi a zis adineauri că my father died just before I came here.
Uite, e mereu cu semnează aici, vezi?
Păi
Semnături de lor.
gândește-te și tu ce scuză mai au alte echipe să nu câștige.
Nu știu.
Când
Tot
dă-
de of the match poți, nu?
Când ăsta îi bate de să cacă pe ei,
Bă, el nu a fost MVP of the match.
Incredible.
normal.
Dupree, one of the many players who has set his life goals into the world of Counter-Strike and can see it coming into fruition.
Bă, oamenii ăștia sunt
So much sacrificed in pursuit of glory, and glory they get once again. Astralis, they just look so comfortable under what should be the greatest pressure of their lives, of their careers. For some reason, there isn't an ounce of it. Smiles as they dismantle a team that has taken this world number 2, the world number 3. Ents push all of those teams aside, and yet Astralis, they still look down and laugh.
I don't know who can challenge them anymore. This is just look, for some people it's a problem. For others,
Și eu tot la fel.
it's basking in the greatness, the glory of beautiful Counter-Strike, the fact that they can produce this time and time again. Now the Liquid were the two teams coming into this tournament who could be a threat. They were the two teams who we could take the fight.
Da,
And
până
Ents, the
aprilie.
underdog, Ents, the team from nowhere, are the ones who rock up in the grand
O să mai
final.
fie aprilie,
You can't
mă,
say
unul la
anything against
Mumbai.
them. They did what they needed. But Astralis, they just stand
În
tall.
Mumbai.
They've come close to breaking and setting
contează,
records
tot
all over
turneul.
the shop, whether it's a map spree on Nuke, Inferno, whether it's trying to get 2-16-0. Yes, that's a record that they're aiming for at this point in time. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, they're on pace to bring Inferno up to their nuke streak at this point, and
Efectiv zici că a jucat cu
there's just
boții.
no weaknesses when you look at these guys. They've put so much work into this game. They've defined this meta of Counter-Strike. They've shaped how every team approaches this game due to their hard work and just finding different ways to play.
And of course,
Îți dai seama,
moment to
băieții
talk
ăștia, să
about
câștigi
our
3 major-uri una
runners-up
după
in
alta,
this
să nu
grand
pierzi
final
nimic.
here on Championship
Dar și
Sunday.
Ents pot să ajungă
They get their medal.
Lasă că
Oh
mă
my
piși,
goodness,
mă
that
piși
medal
pe
will
ăștia.
be pride and playful because what they have
mă
achieved
piși
is
pe
not
ei.
going to lose value.
Astralis, tati, să câștigi 3 major-uri unul
The
după altul.
expectations that they've exceeded
Dă-te
to get to this
morții
point.
tăi.
The Counter-Strike that they played, Ents have to be proud of
Asta
their
e
effort.
echipă.
You know, they're going to be disappointed in the moment, but they know that they've just
Nu
brought
câștigi un
Finnish
major acum,
Counter-Strike
mai câștigi
back
unul
towards
peste
the
5
top,
ani.
somewhere it hasn't been for years.
Unul după altul, tati.
Big Clan, G2, a Vanguard, Liquid, Na'Vi, and they dropped 2 maps in all of those series. And their run not to be
Da.
snubbed in any way, in any stretch of the imagination, and of course
Da,
they
tot
will
i-a
get their
nenorocit
personal
după
medals
aia.
as well, something to take home. We can't all share the trophy, can't chop that one up. The IEM trophy, absolutely a prestigious award for what was an incredible performance from Astralis.
Mamă,
Astralis.
medalia aia, mă.
Only had 4 games go to double digits.
Le luăm și
They only
noi
lost
acum.
one map, and that was to Renegades and Mirage in overtime. Nobody was close. Nobody was even, sniffing them out.
It's actually incredible. It's incredible the fact that they've done it 2 majors in a row, only dropping 1 map along the way.
Ce another level,
Like you
mă,
said,
știi?
no
E
one
locul întâi,
ever
după aia e
looked like they were gonna
Astralis, că
contest
Astralis e
themselves
mai
in this
presus de
playoff
locul
bracket.
întâi.
And you can't take anything away from Ence's run. They beat some incredible teams, like you said, Alex, to get here.
Yeah, but this was a different kettle of fish. This is a different beast. The Great Danes, the triple-headed Danes, the Cerberus, to
Asta,
the
mă,
gates
înseamnă
of
echipă perfectă, mă.
Counter-Strike Championships. It's just, you can't touch them. You can't access that level of success when Astralis still exists in this game. Dominance, and it keeps getting better. Their Counter-Strike, it's not like it's falling off. It's not like people are catching up. If anything, the gaps in the games, they're getting easier. Astralis, they start their 2019 with a huge result. 2019, Astralis are your champions, and they will be setting their sights on the rest of the year to do exactly the same. We've got to reflect upon this, not only their run, but of course this major as
Păi
a
bă,
whole.
acum la fiecare picuri care o să mai facem,
And
îi punem
a
pe Astralis
storyline
la
that I'm sure
3-0
will be
mereu.
attached to Katowice for a while now. We've had the fair share of teams come through. Fnatic forged somewhat of a dynasty in this very arena. Astralis have done the same, and hence you're definitely going to be on the tip of those tongues. Audience came from around the world. We've had Australian. Personally, I've met people who've travelled from Australia, China, you name it, around the world, every part of Europe, all gathering in the city of Katowice to celebrate Counter-Strike, to watch what Astralis can do, to see Ents, and every single one of those Ents jerseys sold out.
Yeah, I think when we look at this run from Ents, And we talk about, if you haven't heard it, you haven't been listening to any of the death segments, this has been the best format possible at a major. It's been the format with the best of threes as the gatekeeper. You're not getting through with any gimmicky wins this time round. And it's proved that they're not to be laughed at, they're not to be sneered at. They're a contender, and I hope that they can continue that kind of form as this year progresses, because we do need more names towards the top.
We've seen hot favourites dismantled, even before the Legend stage. Names like Fnatic, NRG, who went completely seamlessly through the minor and yet couldn't get to the top 8. I mean, this conversation is intriguing. Renegade finding form. What's more exciting, MIBR. There are teams now who have just formed in their fledgling stages.
No.
Sean, that could start setting their sights on.
I mean, the craziest thing is when you look at the depth of the scene, a team like Mouse Sports couldn't even make it to the challenger stage of the stage. Like, that shows how deep the scene is. That 5 all-star players can't even make it to the top 24 teams. There's so many teams that can play this game well. If Astralis wasn't in this scene, without a doubt, people would think this is the most competitive area of Counter-Strike. Just because Astralis is so good, people think that it's not.
Look at the semi-finals. We had 2 teams, Na'Vi and MIBR, who put on some incredible shows. We got to see just a little glimmer. Na'Vi, for one thing, proved the whispers wrong. Don't forget, 3 weeks ago, Chad and Sean, we shared this desk and we were like, okay, so we're believing Zeus. This is the last major for Na'Vi. They came out and put on a show, as did Simple. There is definitely recipe for some competition for Astralis coming into 2019.
There's fight, right? And these players and teams are going to continue to get humbled by Astralis until eventually either the right roster clicks, that people get on the right page, they change the way they practice. Look, there's only so many hours in a day, and we've heard this time and time again from Astralis. They don't practice any more than anybody else. They're just more efficient with their time. And whatever that formula is, whatever that recipe is, I hope Zonic holds that close to his chest forever, because I love seeing a run of a team being this dominant, because I get to live and witness firsthand the greatest Counter-Strike team ever.
A game and its core that has existed
Au
for
câștigat 500.000 de dolari, ești nebun la
has
cap.
been refined. It took that long to see Counter-Strike at this level. Appreciate that for what it is. Yes, sure. Ents, who did put on a fantastic show, could not topple or even make a dent, certainly in the second map. But Train, we saw glimmers. We know that this is going to be another team to watch out for on Astralis' road to glory.
Yeah, I mean, Ents has proven they have a very deep map pool. They can take Astralis to the limits on Train. Sure, they require both pistols, a little bit of luck in there, but they've shown that they can compete with the top teams in the world. We originally thought of them as a top 15 team. I think we have to consider them a top 5 team in the world after this major run.
We might have to change our tiers of teams. You know, we have tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, as Astralis, and then everybody else.
Okay, that's fine. That makes more sense. It really is just one man or one team versus the rest, and we're going to be continuing to see this unfold, of course, as the year does. But when we do kind of look back and you look at how Astralis' dominance started, it was touch and go, leadership changes. They bring in a leader that has proven his worth. Glaze joins this roster and then they go to new heights. They found Magis crying in the lobby in his North jersey, removed from a team. He now joins what is set to be the most historically dominant team in Counter-Strike history. This is a story in itself, and I'm not bored of it yet.
Look, yeah, me either. I think that a lot of people, think it's boring because the grand final is over and done. It's a quick, it's a, flash in the pan. But the thing is, if a team can do this consistently, Alex, someone has to stand up and stop them. They're not going to let anybody win.
Maybe one man who's going to be interested in playing a part in that stopping during this year is Alexi B. What a story it's been for him. He was one of my favorites on the stage, confidence from every pore, and now Alexi B is standing by to reflect upon his major run.
Alexia, from the European qualifier.